Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Patricia here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, but more specifically in Alaska. Sorry for shaking that. I did a video yesterday that was supposed to be landscape like this, and for some reason it was portrait. Don't even ask me why. I don't know what the deal was with that at all. So anyway, welcome to our blog hop. We're so excited to have you. And this month we are doing red, white, and blue. So I have a red, white, and blue card. And this is what we're going to make. And we're going to do things a little bit differently, but I'll talk about how I did this one so that if you wanted to do that, you could. But let's put that aside. First of all, I cut out my balloon, and I did that with the Balloon Festoon stamp and die bundle. Okay, so these are the stamps. Happy birthday, let's celebrate, hip hip hooray, you did it, enjoy your day. And of course, since we're looking at our 250th anniversary, I thought we should celebrate. These are the dies. They are amazing. And I used the second to largest one. Okay, they do go down to a much smaller one. And you've got some little flags and whatever you call those, streamers on them. So there's that. And then these are actually the dies. And so we're going to, the stamps, excuse me. So we're going to start on that. Now, I will tell you that I wanted to do something a little bit different with our balloon. I did not want it to be a solid color. I do have one that I have already done. It is not quite dry, but it's almost. But it takes a little bit of time for that to dry. And I also want to add a little bit of a caveat in here. This is regular cardstock, regular white cardstock. Truthfully, if you're going to put as much water on this, and you can see how warped it is, if you're going to put that much water on this, I really advise using watercolor paper. But I wanted to go ahead and do it without watercolor paper so that you can see that it does work, with the understanding that it's going to be very warped. It is not probably going to be as nice as it would be if you used watercolor paper, but we still are going to do it. So let me show you how I did that. First of all, we're doing a red, white, and blue card, so I chose real red. I really didn't need white. And where is my navy? Here it is. My Night of Navy. Okay. And of course, then a white card, or at least white pieces on it. Okay. So those are the colors. And what I started with was, this is on my glass mat. I absolutely love it for doing this kind of thing. And I want to be sure, now that's not nearly enough. I wanted to be sure that it's the right size. So I put a lot of ink on that. Then when I got that on there, I was like, you know what? I could have used a re-inker. So I pulled out the Real Red re-inker. And, out here on the edges where it might not, I go, all the way or whatever, I just added some little dots. Okay, so I've got those on there. Then I'm going to grab my, let's see if you can, I have it upside down, my Stampin' Spritzer, if you can see that. And I'm going to take this, it's just got water in here. And I'm really kind of soaking this. I really want it to, especially those re-inker dots. But look how nicely that looks, how colored. deeply saturated in color is what I'm trying to say. And you'll notice that it did sprinkle my paper, cardstock. I did not get it far enough away. It's okay, but it's there anyway. So now I'm going to put this in there, and I'm soaking up a lot of water. Hence the reason I said use watercolor paper. Then I turn it over and I check at what I've got, and I'm going to check or try to get some of those white spots filled in with that color. So I'm picking up the color wherever I can get more, like that. And I do want a little bit of white spots. I'm not completely, if you look at both of the ones that I've already done, now this is completely dry. This is drying, and this of course is very wet. But I did the one that I've already I did this one earlier so that you could see, so I can show you the whole process without going through drying it. All you have to do is either set it aside and let it air dry, or take your heat tool, and just dry it. I am not going to dry the entire thing. I'm just showing you, this is all you have to do is dry it. It is going to curl on you. And if you use watercolor paper, it may very well curl on you as well. But what I really want dry is this one. So I'm going to dry it just a little bit more. And it does go through quite thoroughly. So dry it on both sides. And when you do that, it will uncurl a little bit as it actually dries. Okay, so we are going to leave that. And, sorry, I dropped my wiper-upper. I do use baby wipes for this. And I'm just going to wipe up my glass mat. Ta-da! All well cleaned. Isn't that nice? And we start out with a nice clean surface. You gotta love a clean surface. Okay, so this one's pretty dry. Now, I will tell you that what I did on this one is I took my Versamark and my opaque bright white regular Wow, whatever you call this stuff, embossing powder. Goodness gracious, words. And I heat embossed it, okay? But then I just saw and was reminded about our new stars. And these are Wonderful Stars Puffy stickers. There are the really dark blue, the white, bigger and smaller. And I decided I kind of liked that idea. So I'm going to go ahead and fold. This is my Night of Navy cardstock, half a sheet. And I'm going to fold that. And I'm going to put this on the front. And I am going to put this on with dimensionals. Okay. Now, let me be sure you understand here. If you're going to do the heat embossing, you need to stamp before you put your dimensionals on. Okay. So this is the stamp that I used out of our balloon stamp set. So let me show you that. So here are the stars, and we're going to use this one, and let's celebrate, and this and that. Okay, so we've got a lot of things that we're going to use. All right, so I am going to go ahead and put these dimensionals on there, and I'm probably going to put way more than we really need, but because this cardstock is a little warped, because of all the water we put on it, we, like you're here with me, right? I wish you were, right? That would be so fun. All right, so I'm going to cover it pretty much. Then, now, I've probably gone outside. Yeah, so maybe about right there. Anyway, we're going to take all those the backings for the dimensionals off. Oh, that one didn't come off. There we go. Have you seen where some people color this side of their dimensionals so they can tell if they've gotten that off? It's really a clever idea. And I have actually done it a few times. All right. So we want it somewhere around right there. And as you can see, we're going to cut off some of the edge. Okay. And then I'm going to put some of these little white puffy stickers on there. I don't know how many I'll use, but they're kind of fun. Okay, I need some more. I need about, how many do we need? You use as many as works for you, right? There. Okay, that works for me. I am going to grab my paper snips, turn it over to the back, and snip those edges off. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, now I think I might go ahead and put another couple of these here. I like them. And then, okay, let's see. The next thing I want to do is my banner. So I've got a piece of cardstock for my banner. Put those away. And I like to stamp my banner before I cut it. And this is the die that we're going to use, and that is from Paradise Garden. Okay, so it's the big die that comes here. I love this set of dies for this and the big banner, and of course this little one. Of course I love all of the leaves, and it also has this, which is one of those embossing folders that cuts little bits in it so that you can pop those leaves up. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. But we're only going to use the banner for now, and we want to stamp this in Night of Navy. Where is my, there it is. Let's celebrate. Okay, so I want it at about an angle like that. I am going to put it on there, stamp it nicely. Perfecto. Ta-da! Love it. Okay, close this up. I am not going to stamp my stars yet. I'll stamp those in a few minutes, okay, after we cut it out. So let's pull over our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I have the mini here on my desk, which I love the convenience of that. So pull it out, pull out the wings, get my plates, 1, 2, and 2, and I am going to put that on there. I actually should probably use, hold on, let me grab my Post-it notes so that it stays where I want it to be, like that. Okay, so again, 1, 2, and 2, and I want to have those a little displaced like that. Either this one in or these two in, whatever works for you, so that when I slide it in here, you see how the handle is pulling? Let me show you that again. You see how the handle moves? As soon as it moves, I know, I should know, there we go. Okay, it's not wanting to go. Hold on, let me switch this the other way. There we go. All right. So now I did the two. There it is. So silly. Persnickety, right? Okay. Roll that through. Fold up my wings. Put my plates over here. And pull that off. There's my banner. I love that banner. I don't know what it is about a wavy banner, but the reason I chose that one is because this is sort of flag-ish, the wave of it. So now I'm going to put this stars on there somehow or other, move it around till I get it where I want it, stamp it. Hello. And let's do that again. There we go. Ta-da! Clean up our little bit of stuff there so that it doesn't get on anything. And we're good on that. Oh, do I need... I don't need this quite yet, so I'm going to go ahead and close it up. But because this is raised up on dimensionals, I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on my banner as well. And, you know, 4 works for me. You do you on this. It's so funny, the differences in how people... There are some people that just cover the back of these with their dimensionals, and there are other people that do like 1, 2, 3, whatever. It does not matter. But I do want my little balloon end to come out. There we go. And put that down. Love it. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. All right. Then I want to do my insides. So I have my cardstock. And again, I don't want to glue this in until I have stamped everything. And I want my balloon. And it's going to stamp a nice solid color, which I just love. There we go. Give it a good stamp. Ta-da! Perfecto. And then I'm going to bring in my chamois, clean that up. I'm going to also put my loopy-loop. Oops. I want to get color all the way. There we go. And put that on there. Ta-da! I love that. Okay, pull out. Where'd my chamois go? I just had it in my hand. Oh, here it is. You guys were telling me it's over to the left. Okay, so I've got that. Then I like these little, I'll show them to you here in just a second. But let me pull out my Night of Navy again. And they're little dots and swirlies. You like dots and swirlies, don't you? Aren't those just so cute? Turn it so that it doesn't look like... Ta-da! Oh, I love that. That is just so cute. Now, if I had messed up on stamping any of this, I could have turned over this sheet and done the other side. But you do want to be careful that you that's not too dark, because it will show through. So just be aware of it, because it's nice and heavy. So then I'm going to put my green glue on there. There we go. And the inside of my card is now finished. There we go. Somehow I got ink. I seem to always get ink on the backs of my fingernails. Is that the funniest thing or what? Here, let me see if I can get a little bit of that off with my, with my, of I've gotten color everywhere. Oh, well, there we go. Now, which do you prefer? Do you like the one that was, oh, I forgot to put, oh, I could put a string here instead of the little banner. Although, when I cut this out, I did cut another one of these, so I could put that on there. But I think what I want to do is put some twine on there. And I cut just a little bitty bit. I'm going to slip that under there and tie a string. I am not going to do anything with it as far as tying a bow. I'm just simply going to tie it around the end so that I've got some kite string. This is kite string. Boy, I did get it a little small. Okay, come on through there. There we go. All right, there is my string on my kite. It's well tied. So back to the question. Which do you prefer? Do you like the stars like this? They're much more defined. These, not so much, partly because it was a little too wet when I put my powder on there, my embossing powder. Just the tiniest bit, and that did make a difference. But I still like either one of them. There we go. Yay, let's celebrate. And the inside is nicely decorated. You could even stamp this stamp on your balloon, whichever works for you. All right, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll go on to the next person in our blog hop and come back next month. Next month we will be doing a template, I believe. Don't hold me to that, but I believe that is correct. And enjoy your 250th anniversary for our country. Thank you so much. Please give all of us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not done so. Leave a comment below, and have a good 4th of July.